waiting on Pat.
Pat, well, you were most popular by like 50%. I mean, I knew, but it was one thing.
Bold?
Yeah, there was a poll.
Today?
No, on the last Great Taste episode, you were the number one person.
Hooray.
Oh.
You already knew that,
because
right?
Pat the only one single, so they know he out here slaying that thing.
I knew that in Vegas. I never forget. I was telling my wife, when we were in Vegas, bro, it amazed me how famous you niggas were. Amazed me. Like, I remember...
that was a good time.
Bruh, like, I went to Universal Studios for my birthday, and, like, Lil Real went with us. Me, Ron Taylor, but Lil Real went with us a week after Get Out came out. So we like, this regular-ass Real, but, nigga, we got mobbed. And that's how I felt in Vegas, bro. Y'all niggas is famous, man. For real.
Wow.
Lil Real famous.
Are you smoking?
Pulled a cigarette out.
No. This is CMOS gel.
No, it's not. What are you smoking? Do you smoke cigarettes for real?
That's a joint, Meg.
When did you smoke cigarettes?
That's a joint, Meg.
Oh, I can't.
Jesus Christ. I said it and she still was like, when did you start smoking cigarettes?
I didn't hear it because you stuttered when you said it.
I did not stutter.
Yes, you did. You just so used to stuttering you didn't even know.
I didn't stutter, extra Dick Tracy.
Extra Dick Tracy?
Because she got pregnant.
Oh.
You know what? You just made me realize.
That don't even match.
Sometimes I just laugh at jokes and I clearly don't understand what they were supposed to be.
That was
the audacity of a joke makes it funny.
Yeah, those were just funny words together. That just made me, I didn't even know what you meant by that. I was just like,
Tracy. It's like, okay, here. Getting all that extra dick, you get it.
Hey, Meg, I do hate that hat though. I hate it.
Well, I didn't like my roots, so you're gonna have to deal with it. And I hate your roots, but we still have to look at it.
I feel like that's the hat that Ashanti cussed out Terrence Howard in.
Same one.
I feel like I've seen Terrence Howard wear that hat too, though.
See, Meg was it? She got a smooth criminal. She got a smooth criminal video shoot later.
Everything's falling apart.
It looked like Meg would like throw it and it perfectly land on the hat rack.
That hat makes it look like you make subpar lemonade, Meg.
She looking like the smooth mama though. She walked in, like flick the turn the bottle maker on, pumping the whatever.
What's a bottle maker?
Shut up. Just shut it up.
The
so
baby
it's like
bottle pack.
You put the bottles in so that they're not cold anymore. It makes the milk titty temperature. Kids love it.
Hey, CP, did you ever taste breast milk when your kids was little?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Do dads do that?
Oh yeah.
Every dad has done that.
I couldn't get it out of my mind that I felt like this was some kind of titty cum, and I just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
that's why you tried some, because it was titty cum to you?
No, I tried some because women shame you. Like, you need to try the milk. Your baby drink, you need to try the milk. And so I tried it, but it just was like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
but
too sweet. I don't like how sweet
it tastes like sweet milk. It tastes like the Whole Foods version of almond milk, like the highest quality almond milk. I was like, oh, this is premium. Mm-hmm. I see why the baby likes it.
Nah, that shit was like,
what?
You ever, fellas, you can either mute
it
this.
It is super sweet. Fellas,
you ever just in your single days, you ever been sucking a titty and then something come out? Yeah, what the fuck, bitch? What is it? Y'all never.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like well, Kevin, you've been with your wife since the Bible. Other people have been dating people. You know what I'm saying?
I was just answering.
Get off of your phone, Kev.
I'm not on my phone.
Yes, you are.
It's not sour? I would think it was sour.
No.
I just think it was sour. She's not dying.
It's
what?
No,
Why is that related?
Sour usually relates to like somebody dying.
If the baby's sick, it'll taste different because the body will produce nutrients.
Yeah, like it's super sweet.
If the baby's sick, the breast milk will be super dark because it's like it'll have not
antibodies
and stuff in the milk.
People be talking about breast milk like it's kind of nasty, but y'all are acting like it's slap.
No.
It literally tastes good. It's like sweet milk because if it's sour, the baby won't. Babies like
babies make their own egg.
So it has to be sweet for the baby to drink it.
I
think also bigger titties are going to produce a better milk. The bigger the titty, probably the more premium. Probably it's like A's, like Hennessy. I think that, you know what I'm saying?
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Does titty size have anything to do with the milk?
No. Even the smallest titties can make the most breast milk.
You tasting her back. That's the inside of her back you tasting if the titty too small.
What?
That's the inside of her back. That's you ain't tasting nothing but back rib. That's behind the rib you tasting.
My sister first had my nephew. She was producing so much milk, she ended up like selling some.
Yeah. Some people, I mean, it doesn't matter how big or small your breasts are because some of the biggest breasts can't make any breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
sold on the black market.
Titty in a way.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who she sold it to, but yeah, she gave like because she would freeze it and she would give it away or sell it. I don't know.
She was selling frozen titty pops.
Good hustle.
I ain't gonna lie. You go to the strip club, they like, would you like a toxical or would you like a? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would take a top.
Wait, is she selling them to other babies or for people to drink?
No, I'm selling it to
other babies. The babies can't read.
So clueless.
The Craigslist ads.
Look, Pat, every woman.
The babies was looking at the reviews like, oh man, Chandra, she got.
No, I mean like, is she selling them to like be consumed by babies or are like niggas drinking?
Yes.
Pat said it like the baby goes to the bar like, let me get 2 threeses, please. What do you do?
Oh my gosh, Pat. How are you clueless about life?
I'm clueless about titty milk. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Who else is drinking it?
Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Melody.
You sure took the air out of the room for sure.
You used to give your milk away, right? Because you used to produce so much.
Oh, it's her.
She donated. She not sold it. She donated it.
So like you donate it to like the NICU because preemies can't, like a lot of times when moms have preemies, their breast milk hasn't come in.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Okay,
that's
sorry.
Give it to them for the preemies to have breast milk.
If I was her kid, I would feel a certain way because that breast milk is both of ours. We both, I think that, if we are 50-50 investors here, like, you just selling my shit. Can we talk about this? Like, freeze it. What if I get hungry in 3 years? Like, I need some too.
In 3 years?
Freezing.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, man.
What if the baby get used to the other breast milk and you try to, like, he won't latch on to the tea? He's like, nah, this don't taste the same. Fam.
Yo, do y'all think?
The other one tastes like Nesquik. I don't like this.
Do y'all think black breast milk is seasoned and white people's ain't because our food is seasoned? You think a white baby takes black breast milk? He like, yo, this is amazing, man. Mom, what you over here?
There's no way the taste is consistent across people. It has to be different.
I mean, it's like regular milk. Cows from different farms, you don't really know the difference in taste. But like, obviously, if it's a higher quality food that you're giving the cow, the milk will taste better.
What about higher quality titties? Because I feel like ugly titties might produce disgusting milk, and like really nice titties, I'm sure the babies have a preference.
Nah, man.
Not based on that because
babies have a preference for their mother's own milk because of the smell. There's and your mom's breast milk changes according to what the baby needs. So yes, they do have a preference for their moms, but at the end of the day, if they ain't getting mom's milk, any breast milk will do.
That's what I'm saying. But I do think that they, in their mind, be like, that titty's kind of ugly, or that's a nice titty.
Think about this.
Babies don't have object permanence.
So disrespectful. This is so misogynistic.
You said what, CP?
That was my first meal ever. I thought about it. And there is nothing in me that wants to go like, Ma, can I come snuggle up? And just like nothing. Like that was my first meal. And one day it just cut off when it was like, I don't ever want that again.
Listen, babies.
Sure, we never wanted it again.
Never wanted it.
I don't think they tripping off how ugly the titty is, Pat, because babies be having their whole eyes closed when they be drunk. They get drunk on the titty. They be the whole time. So they ain't never looking.
Everything.
But they look first.
They're imagining.
Babies can't even see correctly.
So Pat, what you saying? They be like,
babies can't see.
All right, that's cool.
Very well.
Yeah, I mean, all of us have. I mean, besides Meg, have probably closed our eyes while sucking a titty.
I'm sure I did as a baby. I'm sure.
Or that weird phase in college where you weren't sure about yourself.
Oh man, no.
Here's the thing. There's nothing there. Like, what are you supposed to be looking at?
Well, until you used to them, like if it's a new pair of titties, you gotta like I would suck it with my eyes open because I gotta make sure I don't hit no hair. Sometimes nipples be having like random hairs on them. I still clear of that.
You suck while analyzing the titty? That's funny. You suck suspiciously?
Who you dated?
Here looked like that owl clock.
That's terrible.
I thought it was going to taste like horchata, but it did not. It has the same consistency, the same color and consistency as horchata, but it did not have a cinnamon sweet flavor.
It looks like horchata?
It did not taste like horchata, but I was like, this is definitely going to be horchata. No, it's not actually.
It's like sweeter skim milk. It's basically.
Yes, that is exactly what it tastes like.
Yeah, because it's thin just like skim milk too. You're absolutely right, man.
Like a coconut milk.
Once I tasted, I was like, this is why the baby's got to drink so much to feel full. It ain't really a thick type of thing. It's super thin.
It's absolutely. Like foam from the latte, not the whole drink.
Do you guys think that people like without kids drink breast milk like recreationally?
You should. I mean, it's
so. I don't have access to it.
You should. I mean, if you have access to breast milk, you should drink it because it's very healthy. There's so many nutrients in it.
I'm not drinking no chilled breast milk as a grown up.
You would really and my kid to just dine in together. Like, you get the other titty, son. I'm gonna get this one because it's so healthy.
Let me tell you, there is no self-respecting way to get some breast milk as a grown man and you don't have any kids. Because if you lie about it, my wife is going through something
weirder.
Like then you like a pervert, right? And if you just go up to somebody and be like, yo, let me buy some of your titty nut. They still gonna be like, you're a pervert.
The lean-in didn't help to hear. You made it way worse with the lean-in.
There's no way you could do that without looking like a pervert. You're just gonna be a pervert, man. You talking about just drink? Maybe getting drunk on her own stuff and screaming. That's ridiculous, man. No.
To hear,
okay.
I wasn't able to make as much, but if I was, trust and believe, I would have had a freezer full, and I would have been using you're supposed to put it on a baby's face when they have rashes and stuff, and it'd be healing them. I mean, breast milk has healing properties. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It is like literally liquid gold. You can heal like eczema and everything. You just put it on a baby's skin. It works every time.
That's like a superpower.
Baby milk lotion.
They do. People do that. They
put. Why does it Aveeno? Like flat out have like titty milk lotion. They have like oat milk.
You can't pasteurize. You can't pasteurize.
You know how right. That'd be.
But here's the thing, though.
This lotion. Go ahead. What you say?
Right. If they, what are the people who have the babies for you? What do they call them?
Surrogate.
Yeah. So like, if a surrogate after they give the baby away, right, then they go over to Aveeno, fill them up for like 2 months, and they can get cashed out. Because something like that, you got to think like Aveeno with breast milk healing properties. Oh, bro, that's gonna go for $40, $50 a jar. They finna get cashed out.
Much liability, which is why they don't do it.
What's the liability? You said it was good.
Because the same reason why they tell you the food expires like 2-3 weeks before it actually does, because they don't want to put the company in a position where something accidentally goes wrong and then they're liable for it. And with breast milk, it's like a human. It comes from your body, so you can't pasteurize it like you would typically do.
So make that shit, put it in the refrigerator while you ship it. If they can ship ice cream, they can ship breast milk lotion.
Here, I'm telling you, as amazing and as smart as you are, I would love that, but companies are not going to do that.
You think it's small, Meg. No. That's the Asian in you. I'm thinking like a gangster, bro. I'm ready to. So what's up, CP? Let's tackle a market, bro. We can do this.
I think flat out we use you. I think breast milk could possibly cure freckles off top. I think that we can see a whole new you. And we use you right now, and we put after the titty milk lotion. And then you come out looking like Rito.
I feel like if you take some, put it in like in an eyedropper and put it between your gap, I feel like it will make your gum close up and you will have like a full smile.
Oh my God. And if we fed your gums some breast milk, maybe they would be satisfied enough to let the teeth finally run the show. I mean, I don't even know how you do an apple before the gums being like, what's going on here? Like, gums, stop butting in, because I have to pierce the apple and continue the bite. I just worry. I think if we fed those gums some breast milk, they would be like, you know what? I'm good. And you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I lived long enough to know when I should gracefully bow out. So I'm going to just shut the fuck up there.
Okay. All right, well.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that somebody tried like cereal with titty milk.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's a video of this chick who put the breast milk in her husband's cereal. He came in. He was like, hey, this milk don't taste right. Like, because they both had a bowl. He went to the refrigerator. He got it. He was like, this milk, he smelled the milk. He saw the bottle on the table. He freaked out on her.
Yeah, that's
so it don't taste good.
That's an argument, though.
It don't slap, bro. I'm telling you.
Have you ever had skim milk, Pat? Have you ever had
Skim milk?
Skim milk is like the LaCroix of milk. It's like the hint.
It's like there's no, you know how thin it is because there's no fat in it? That's how breast milk is. It's really thin consistency. It's not thick, but it's sweet. So it doesn't taste nasty. It's just different from like regular 2% cow's milk.
It's like really milk with a hint
down
of
how
titty.
Gross. What?
It's like milk with a hint of titty.
I never really broke down how gross it is that we measure milk with like 2% fat, low fat, no fat. That's kind of gross now that I think about it.
We need to measure people like that. But look, I think that I think that we forget that cow's milk is cow titty milk. Like it don't come from like a cow factory where they're like only cows can do this. No, this is their flat out titties.
That's even grosser.
Yeah, it's definitely grosser because like they don't even use soap or wash up or nothing. And we just eating they, you know what I'm saying? We might as well, if that's the case, what would you rather have? Homeless bum titty milk or a cow's milk?
Damn.
Homeless bum titty milk.
Why?
Bum titty milk. And I'm talking about with the very tip of the nipple, wiped off with the alcohol swab, because we know that's at least what they do on the farm. So we're talking about wiping off the very, very tip of the titty. So that means
no. Back up, because that's not what they do.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
That's not what they do. You're trying to make it. It's disgusting.
I can imagine that they have some kind of
not be eating or drinking any kind of cow's milk because it's that disgusting.
Bro,
like the fact that they just keep putting the little, they don't clean that off. They just put the little.
They put the thing on the udders and it just sucks it down. And
it's pus coming out of there. It's pus because they keep doing it too much.
Yeah, I was just saying they milk the cows
often, so it's now pus now mixed in there, and then they got to go pasteurize the milk. But of course,
bro, it's not just pus. They do it so often. It's pus and blood. When they finish milking it, that pale, it looks like a strawberry milkshake because that's how much that is in there.
I saw that on Facebook. That's the last time I drank milk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it did look like strawberry milk. That shit sucks. And it doesn't look. It looks like it hurts the cow too. And cartoons made it seem just like you were just doing like that, and it was like squirt.
They like you to think that it feels like nutting, but I think it doesn't. And I think
I don't know that they wanted us to think that.
I'm pretty sure they did. And the way it's hitting the cow, and the cow was smiling. You just imagine, look at all those nuts. Good for that.
I'll be like,
think about it. Think about it. Blah, blah, blah. But I tell you what, after that 17th nut,
17.
Yeah. You get raw. It gets raw after a while. It gets raw.
And that's what happens to a cow's udder.
Hey, Kev, my nigga try to like throw a little extra on your shit. 17. And after that, I'm out of it.
All right. Well, I think that was a pretty good open. Let's jump into this first topic. All right. First up, we have brown sugar versus love and basketball.
I ain't gonna hold you to here. At first, I was like, well, brown sugar is a better thing. I mean, you can't eat love and basketball. And I was like, oh, the movie. Yes.
I don't give a damn about either of these movies.
What?
But Pat, that's not surprising. Pat.
Dreads, son. Every nigga with dreads. It should be a certain point. Once the dread hits your ear, you need to watch a couple Afrocentric movies.
Right.
To match.
I don't like love and basketball. Brown sugar was cool. I'm not a fan of love and basketball.
Why? Because you can't play basketball?
That's not why I wouldn't like the movie. I like basketball movies. I like Space Jam.
Why don't you like sappy love movies?
It's not my thing. It's kind of dumb.
I'm gonna tell you the funny part about love and basketball. When she said "play me from my heart" and he crossed her over, dunked on her, I was like, oh, he wants to win. It was so funny to me because I thought he was gonna let her win, but he didn't.
And he shouldn't.
He even played her. He don't even play out like that in real life.
Yo,
like, Tyra Banks' character would have been outside with a knife and her pajamas, going crazy, rolling around on the grass. Like, her family has been called about a wedding that's about to take place. Like, you think it's over? Even at the end of the movie, Tyra would have been at the game when he was holding the baby. She'd have been running across the court with a knife and it's like,
wait,
bro,
Tyra,
it work like that. He was engaged.
Was Tyra Banks in that movie?
Yeah, she was the flight attendant that he was engaged to.
Wait, Love and Basketball?
Yeah. At the end of the movie, Omar Epps' character is engaged to a flight attendant.
I ain't seen Love and Basketball in a minute.
I'm about to look it up. Anyway, I could be wrong.
Low key,
I like brown sugar 100 times better than Love.
Why? Because it was about music and it was Ren and 10, the hip hop Dalmatians. That was
funny. That was funny. Ren and 10 was
great.
Hilarious.
That was great. Brown Sugar for me, Brown Sugar just seemed more relatable. I mean, maybe to like jocks and stuff, they loved like Love and Basketball, but I just thought Brown Sugar was more relatable. And I was a fan of Mos Def. Everybody in the movie, Queen Latifah, Taye Diggs, Sanaa Lathan. It was a great cast.
You're right, CP.
And to me, Love and Basketball, the only standout song on that soundtrack was the Maxwell joint. But on Brown Sugar, that whole soundtrack was fire, bro.
Who was on the
whole soundtrack was fire.
Who was on the soundtrack? Let me see.
You got Jill Scott, Easy Conversation. You got the Mos Def song.
Okay.
You got
The Love of My Life.
Love of My Life. Erykah Badu. Like that soundtrack was
they don't make great movie soundtracks anymore.
Mos Def be doing it though. Everything that Mos Def is in be having a fire soundtrack though.
It does.
Queen and Slim actually had a pretty dope soundtrack.
Oh yeah, they did.
He has better.
Has great music too.
Best soundtrack of all time. If I had to get my top 3, which I don't know why I made this a thing, but I think Above the Rim had a crazy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Love Jones.
Love Jones was good.
Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die. Waiting to Exhale was a good one.
Romeo Must Die. Waiting to Exhale had a good one because my mom.
What was on Waiting to Exhale?
Nigga, everything but
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Good tear. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Dancing with our mamas back then, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, CP. You were right. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I kind of forgot the end part. That was like the last 20 minutes, right?
Right.
I haven't seen
Grape had a good soundtrack too. It was more jazzy, but it was a solid soundtrack. The one with Issa Rae and
the Photograph?
Yeah, Photograph.
Low key, the last soundtrack that I really enjoyed was ironically Black Panther.
Oh, that was amazing soundtrack.
Kendrick did that.
Everything except Future's verse on King's Day.
And,
oh my gosh. I will never forgive Future for that. J-Rock and Kendrick floated for Future to be like, and I hate myself because it was so catchy. I'm the part of the problem too. I go la-di-da-di-da. Stop bumping me now.
I don't, man. That made me so mad. I almost deleted Future's discography out of my iTunes.
That made y'all madder than that bullshit Kanye did at the end of the Schoolboy Q song. He was like, I don't know. Like, what are you doing, bro?
I don't remember that.
That pissed me off to no end. And at the end of Schoolboy Q song you had with remember that part? That part. Right. And then Kanye came on like, get Kendrick on the phone, get Top Dog on the phone.
Yeah. That was a lot too, but it still wasn't like, because that was at the end of the song. Future did this in the middle of the slap. It was like, bro, like that made no sense whatsoever.
You should do stuff like that on your own music. It's
weird. Did that. That's like Kendrick and J-Rock took the group project really seriously, and Future was like, oh yeah, that's today. Oh yeah, well, here's my work. Like, no, man, we're working on this. And he literally wrote.
As artists,
why was he on there? That's a black empowerment song, and y'all put a fiend on the track, and that's what happened.
Honestly, Future shouldn't have been on the album. He don't care
let
about
your crackhead uncle say the prayer over the food, and then y'all mad at what he said. I enjoy it.
But that song won a Grammy to hear.
I don't listen. They said if we give you this, never put Future on another track. That was a contingent on them getting the Grammy. That was the whole.
Y'all haven't heard Future's new album? It's dope.
I like it.
No, it's not dope, Pat. It's not dope.
There's a couple of them on there.
First of all, it's nothing new. Second of all, he sounds hurt. Third of all,
do we really want rappers to give us something new though?
He does. His flow, he pulled out like 9 new flows in this.
9 new flows with auto-tune still on them. I don't like it.
Tahir's hairline is cripping.
Get to the real stuff.
In all fairness, I don't think I ever liked Future because the first introduction I heard him was L-O-V-E love. Y'all remember that song?
That's not a good representation.
Oh, I thought somebody was playing
myself like, oh, my shit. I loved it.
That wasn't a good intro.
I literally thought somebody was playing. That was like Keisha Cole did that, but I loved Keisha Cole when she did it. I did not love.
I didn't like when she did it either.
Oh, I hate you hate black women.
That's not true at all. Everybody knows I love black women, and everybody also knows I love HBCUs, Kev. You can't wear a Black Panther mask and still get out of the fact that you hate HBCUs. That's why you don't do college tours there. That's why you don't donate to the NAACP. That's why you refuse to work at Essence, because you don't like black.
I worked at Essence last year.
Where's the footage? Cue it up.
Cue it up. HBCUs.
Meg didn't go to HBCU either.
Well, that's the half.
I was at one every other weekend. So
Meg went to Freaknik.
I went to a predominantly white college, but I'm from Detroit, so like, nigga, I was born in the HBCU.
Yeah.
Hey, the craziest thing is that out of all of us, Meg and Kev both went to Freaknik. Out of all of us.
That's what's really crazy.
That's the wildest thing about this chat right now.
What college did you go to?
I went to Michigan State.
Oh, I knew that. You were a Kappa.
Yes, sir. I was, still am, and always will be.
You were ugly, though. I thought that was the whole thing for them.
They made CP stroll and keep his mask on. He had to keep his pledge mask on the whole time.
Get to the back, CB. End of the line. End of the line.
I was actually at the front of the line. I was the president of my chapter. Thank you very much. I wasn't just a noob. I was the noob, Kev. And we
didn't great leaders.
And listen,
that's true.
Listen, we had a fat gospel nigga. You could have got down. We had a fat gospel nigga. You could have got down. You ain't had to get no pussy for real. You could have just been chilling. You could have been there.
That's hilarious. My school had one Kappa, and he was the whole chapter. He was just the only dude.
What?
My whole 4 years. One dude. Seriously, but
why?
He was I don't know. We didn't really have a.
I feel like Kev, if you pledge, you'd have pledged like Iota or something like that.
Man, don't play with me.
Or Alpha. That's all I said.
CP. Don't you dare say that.
You could be the only person in your entire fraternity.
He probably transferred.
No, he didn't transfer. The thing, this was in University of Washington, so there wasn't a huge contingent of black people, period. So, sometimes there just wouldn't be there was no Iotas there at all.
Well, how did he get there if nobody else was there?
Everybody could have graduated out. He could have been the youngest.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. What Meg happened.
Oh, damn!
They don't. A lot of people start, but they don't all finish. And I think his whole line just didn't finish, so he just was the only one who made it.
So did he do like fundraisers by himself and throw parties and stuff?
He stepped by himself. He did everything by himself.
He stepped by himself.
Kev, y'all saw
he was respected though. Like, I just want to be clear. Nobody laughed at him. Like, he held it down.
He looked crazy. He
was cool. He was shimmying hard. He was dope. He was fun to hang around. He was cool, bro. We rock with him.
If I was on the yard like, by myself, nobody would make fun of me either.
But you built the way you do, Pat. You built the way you are too. So
shut up. You pledged
Pat on drugs. Nobody would take you seriously as a kid.
It was hot under there.
Hey, that mask was tight. I wanted to make fun of it, but it looked official.
Man, it was at the mall by my old house. They had all kind of stuff. I was in there nerding out, man.
Can I see?
Strong swords.
It looks like it stinks in there inside.
It probably does now.
Does it have a back? Yeah, good masks. Good masks have a back.
Me and Tahir, we went on the road one time, and I wore that as my Corona mask.
Does it cover the mouth?
I cut a piece out so I could talk, but it used to cover the mouth, but you wouldn't understand what I said. But now I kind of regret it because now the whole mouth is just gone.
What size? They have different sizes?
No, just one. I'm pretty sure that was not the average size. There's no such thing as one size fits all for heads. Let me tell you, I got a lifetime of disappointment. It does not fit.
You fashioned two Black Panther masks together?
We were Black Panther and Killmonger, to be sweet. You black monger, but look,
he's Black Panthers.
Look, no,
Kevin's chocolate.
So bad, but I swear to God, I had a shoot one time where I had to, I play that character where I do the whole white face prosthetic, and so they brought me some contact lenses, the blue contact lenses to wear in the character, and then I put them on, bro, and my eye was still around the blue. They were too small for my eyes. I had to get special, and they didn't come in time, so I had to just wear
Hilarious.
real shit. They was like, we've never seen that before. I was like, fuck.
Wait, because your eyes were big?
My eyes were too big for standard contact lenses.
Yo, you know they say that when you're a baby, your eyes are as big as they'll ever be. CP was scaring the mess out of people. Like, let me see your. Wow, what's wrong with this?
They was like, who birthed a fly? You gave birth to a fly?
They saw CP's eyes in the ultrasound. All they saw was this. Nigga said, "Oh shit!"
Can you imagine the ultrasound and then the person that to you like
looking back at him?
The doctor would freak out, but we ain't gonna see the baby straight on. The baby looking right at us. Like, what up, man? I see y'all out there.
He's in the fetal position like this.
Pointing that shit, like, hey, can you hand me that right there? Can you hand me that? Like, how do you, my man, can you hand me that? Yeah, bro, they had to bring me special contact lenses. So my it was too late. So that's why if you look at some of my Bud characters, it's always with the black person eyes, which end up being better. It's made it funnier.
That's great.
Contact.
That's funny, bro.
He made eye contact with the doctor that delivered him. He came out like, dude was like, yo.
I like my eyes, man. Y'all not gonna eye
I like my eyes.
I do. I like my eyes like a box of chocolates.
Oh man, yo.
Right, so back to Brown Sugar and Love and Basketball. What we talking with?
I think I had more fun as a movie goer watching Love and Basketball, especially when he was like, "Ding, ding, ding, my divorce." I laughed out loud.
That's Brown Sugar.
What did I say? Love and Basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, I had more fun watching Brown Sugar than Love and Basketball. They're both classic black movies, but I think overall I enjoyed Brown Sugar a little bit more. Mos Def was he stole every scene he was in that movie, bro.
Yeah, he was really good.
Mos Def
also, we don't talk about him enough as good rapper actors. He never gets in the conversation,
right.
But he's top tier, bro. He just hasn't had as much movie roles as or movie or TV roles, but everything he's in, he kills it.
You think he's a better actor than Common?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like Common plays the same the same role over and over in every movie he's in.
Yeah, absolutely.
He might be the top actor turned rapper as far as skill and range, next to maybe
Andre?
LL.
Andre's really good too.
Andre's really good, but he hasn't got as many roles to show.
He don't have that many gears. Andre can play like sad and innocent and weird, and that's it.
Did y'all see the Jimi Hendrix with Andre? Did anybody see that?
I didn't see it because they didn't get the rights to the music. I was like, what the hell?
That they played.
Oh, never mind. I don't believe in biopic. If you can't get the rights, and that should be a red flag for not making it.
Don't do it.
Andre 3000 and
get to
cool
it
with Cedric when he was Dabu and he had the gun under the teacup. He was like, that was my favorite Andre 3000 role, man. He was so funny. And I don't never get to kill nobody.
He was great. He was good in Four Brothers. He wasn't really down with what they was down with.
I got kids, man. I got kids.
Bro, I can relate to that, bro. I got kids. That means so many kids.
Hey, can I just say this, man? There was a time in the early 2000s where I feel like they made the movie Brown Sugar 7 times. And they just kept calling it something else. Mm-hmm. It was like, this one is Queen Latifah and Common, but Common's being Jason Kidd. But then this one over here is Boris Kojo and Nikki, but then they all come into contact with Queen Latifah and Sanaa Lathan's dead. But this one is about Sanaa Lathan when she married this bud. It's like, fam, stop it. That shit felt like, you know what it feel like? I'm a fan of like a couple of YouTubers, right? And you know how you watch their stuff and they stuff.
And they be on everybody else stuff.
You said what?
And they be on everybody else stuff. Like,
right. And it's like, it just feels like that. Like, it just felt like one big ass sketch group making movies.
That is not an off assessment. It was a good 6-year period where he ain't lying.
But that's because there was before that, think about it. It wasn't like it was a whole slew of like black movies. Like this was the era that set the foundation for what we have now, like where you can see black people.
So they should have just been real. Called that
Black movie.
Black movie part 2, Black movie part 3. It was like
Hey, they did that a lot for Christmas movies too. They had the same version of a black Christmas movie, like, oh, the family gets together. I wonder.
Oh my god!
That's everything. There's always one nigga that just came home from jail. There's always like one person that don't talk to nobody. There's like this. There's like this.
You just described Soul Food and Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins.
Yeah, but even that though,
and this Christmas
after the funeral, and that's the same damn movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you know what? That's why I had a hard time with like Love and Basketball and Brown Sugar, because they both had Sanaa Lathan and Taye Diggs as the main characters. Some of the scenes I intertwined, and I was like, wait, what movie is
wasn't in Love and Basketball? That was Omar Epps.
Oh, sorry, my other chocolate.
All black people don't look like Megan.
No, I'm saying that, like, but for me, like, there's still scenes that intertwine that I be forgetting from which movie it came from.
There's scenes in other movies that intertwine because they always just put these niggas together.
Bro, Ashton Kutcher and Justin Timberlake, they made the same movie the same year. The Friends with Benefits and something else.
Planet Loose or something like that. No Strings Attached. That's what it is.
No Strings Attached to Friends with Benefit. It was the exact same movie plot line, and it came out the same summer.
Look, All About the Benjamins and Money Talks.
Same. Oh yeah.
Sure.
The Prestige and The Illusionist.
And those are both amazing too. Like it's literally the same movie, and they both came out like the same year, right?
No, yes. I bet Magicians was like, this is our year.
Well,
you know what though?
Disney actually had a formula that you can follow. Disney has a story writing formula that fits with everything.
Yeah, I think as creators, I think that we put a lot of onus on ourselves to run to that spot in the creativity where everything is different and get a chance to make something brand new. But sometimes the newest part of it is you being involved and people seeing your take on it. Like the difference between Mike Epps and Chris Tucker, right? The same difference in Friday when you think about that. They literally did a lateral thing where they kind of like played the same role after each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Money Talks, Chris Tucker, Friday, Chris Tucker. Next Friday, Mike Epps, and All About the Benjamins, Mike Epps. You know, Cube, it's like, bro, it's deep.
Those Vince Vaughn movies, Vince Vaughn was doing just the Vince Vaughn thing for like 8 movies in a row. And people were just like, bro, okay, we do something else. He's like, I can't.
Adam Sandler too.
I got one speed. I mean,
Sandler.
But then Adam Sandler will switch it up and do something like Uncut Gems was like totally different. Like Vince Vaughn did True Detective, and he was like playing against type. But then Adam Sandler, he will go right back to that stuff that he knows works.
You know what Adam Sandler movie I really like, but it's such an unorthodox movie, and you could tell that the creative process of it was just all, funny people. Like that was just good. I like the movie, even though like the way that it stacks up. Some movies go on too long. Some movies they got too much budget.
Yeah.
But I just like that movie, and it was him being like a version of himself, almost trying to spoof himself because he had all them ridiculous movies that he had been known for.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, stuff. I like little stuff like that.
I didn't like that when it first came out, but I see what you're saying.
This topic has gone on too long, so let's get to the vote right now. What we going to?
Brown Sugar.
Love and Basketball.
Okay.
Brown Sugar.
Okay.
Brown Sugar.
And Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar takes it home for the win. Appreciate that. One of my favorites. And we're going to get on to this next topic. All right, next topic. We have grape jelly versus strawberry jelly.
This will start a fight.
You know, I was just going to say, you know what's so crazy about this? It's something so small and minute, but this will cause an all-out rift between people.
Listen, bro, I don't want no grape jelly ever. Never. I vehemently stand against grape. If I go to a restaurant and they have peanut butter and jelly or they have toast, if grape is the only option, I don't even want the toast. I'm vehemently grape jelly is the Republican Party.
I didn't think it was.
Good, Ray.
Grape jelly is trash. Strawberry is king of all jellies.
Even though Americans consume 2.7 times more grape jelly than strawberry?
I don't care what the people consume. Strawberry is the way. It tastes better. And I also want to say this. strawberry as an artificial flavor is better than an actual strawberry flavor.
I said that
Regular strawberries are trash compared to artificial strawberry flavor.
No, it's because you don't have ripe strawberries. You have ripe.
Here we go. You ain't tried my grandma's potato salad. I can go to Oxnard and get a fresh strawberry that's freshly picked. And I would prefer a strawberry candy or strawberry jelly.
That's because you're a fat diabetic and you like sugar.
Not just fat, not just a diabetic, a fat diabetic. That also likes sugar.
We Avatar head.
Meg is right. I think Meg is right. They are better when they're ripe, but they're still not like top tier fruit. And
overrated. The most overrated fruit ever.
I love strawberries. I have a whole box of them right now that are super, super ripe, sweet, yummy. I'm just like,
no, you don't.
Strawberries
don't have a whole box. I guarantee the whole box ain't.
Strawberries have the best ghostwriter of all time because there is some man-made thing that strawberry flavoring that's way better and giving strawberries the best rep, and then you actually get some strawberries and you're just like, this don't really taste like anything.
Strawberries don't be sweet a lot.
They don't, bro.
They have one season, and that season seems like it's like 3 weeks, and everything else you got to put sugar or Splenda or sweetener on it because
y'all are getting them at the wrong place. You get them from like farmers markets.
I'm not driving all the way out there, Meg.
Now, to Meg's point, that's true, though. I think
city strawberries are gross, and that's what you're dealing with.
You know, Meg's been all over the world. She's Megan San Diego. She knows the best strawberries. Now, what you got to do is go to Argentina on April 17th through May 6th, and that's where you will get the best strawberries, man. South American climate.
Like, Megan J. Blige.
That's a good one.
I used to have to go strawberry picking when I was growing up, and those strawberries were fire.
Why couldn't you have fun? Why couldn't you have just regular? Why couldn't you be on a swing set? You had to pick strawberries.
Because Thailand was dangerous.
Why did you play tag and stuff? That ain't fun.
Meg is the reason they invented child labor law.
That is true. I even asked my mom about this. We went to the strawberry farm like every summer to go pick strawberries, and they had the option where you pay like $2 more and you just buy the picked strawberries. My mom was like, $2 more? No, get that bucket. We're gonna pick them ourselves.
Oh man, and you weren't even poor.
Yes, he was poor.
Am I right?
You say what?
$2 was a lot of money back in Wuhan. Am I right?
Wuhan, is that a real place?
Megan's Korean.
Oh, that's right.
Different country, and I grew up in Kentucky. But no, strawberries
Black
are
and Korean in Kentucky. Meg, was that hard?
Unicorn.
No, I grew up on Army base. There was a bunch of
that's all you had to say. Army bases are all the same. No matter where you are, it all feels the same.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I grew up on Army bases too. You never feel like you're living in the city you're living in because the Army bases have the same houses, same schools, same stores. It's like staying in a Marriott. It's all the same, and all the kids at your school are also all Army kids. So you guys go through the same thing. The worst part is being an Army kid and going to school off base where there is no Army kids. Then you be like, okay, now I'm in a different city. It be sucking.
Wait, there's a school within the base?
Sometimes.
Yeah. You don't have to leave an Army base sometimes at all. Melissa, when she lived in Hawaii, the church was on base, hospital, the PX is like a small movie theater.
Everything.
It's a whole community, but it
bowling alleys.
There's just not really great restaurants like Red Lobster and stuff. Back when we were growing up, they didn't have those type of restaurants. They had like McDonald's, Popeyes, or Burger
King. Yes, sir, burger.
Did you guys like?
Yes, sir, burger.
Did y'all see the sky? Like, was it like enclosed? Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you leave the base? I thought
it's a whole, like, there's somebody at the gate. You have to drive in. You got to have certain tags, and you have to show your ID card.
This nigga get on the Epcot Center.
Bro, no lie, bro. And then after September 11th, because in Washington before that, the bases were pretty much open. You could come in during after September 11th, bro. It was a nightmare to get on a military base. Your friends couldn't even drop you off. I would have to get dropped off at the gate, show my ID, and then walk home because you couldn't get on the base after September.
It was a breeze getting in before that. You were just like,
before that, bro.
There wasn't anybody checking. You could just go in and out.
I mean, that was during the day. At night, it wasn't that easy. But no, they had the MPs at the gate with the blicky. They had the blicky with the sticky eye.
I didn't know that it was that. I didn't know it was like a whole city.
You know what's crazy though, Pat? It ain't even weird when you grow up like that. It is not unusual because that's all you really know. So don't feel weird because you don't know what regular kids be living. You just be, this is life for you. We only went off base to go to church. Other than that, we was on there six days a week.
Yeah. How often do you move?
Every 3 years. 2 or 3 years. And the worst part is your friends also move 2 or 3 years. So sometimes you have a great friend and you only get him for 18 months. And this is before social media. He moved to freaking Germany. You don't never hear from that dude again, man. Where are you, PJ? Remember 6th grade? We had a good time. Bro, you either become really friendly and meet friends newly like me, Meg, or you don't meet nobody and you stay to yourself for the rest of your life. And there's no in between. You either are super friendly or super antisocial because you got to just make friends. Your relationship be getting cut off all quick and stuff.
You got to get her pregnant. She ain't nobody fucking around. I bet you see her then. I bet it be like, hey, remember me?
No, there's a whole lot of Army babies that live overseas that never see their dad.
And let me tell you what sucked. When you're in high school, right? You try to get girls, you got to compete with GIs who are 18, who got a freaking Charger, who are driving back to the high school, and you riding a bike to Burger King to make $7.25 an hour. This dude got an apartment off base. He shouldn't even be talking
to drive Maybach. I remember the first time I saw a Maybach in Radcliffe, Kentucky. It was
not fair, bro. We can't compete with you. They got a Charger and a job.
What age was this? You made it seem like you were in middle school.
No, I was on Army base my whole life.
No, but you said you were on a bike going to Burger King and there were 18-year-olds taking your women. What age was this?
This was when I was in high school. I was still riding my bike to Burger King. I ain't have no car. I had to compete with
because if you think about it, a lot of soldiers, they start when they're like 18. So they're young, like below 25, basically. They're hanging out with the high school kids. There's nothing to do because a lot of these towns are not in huge cities. So like Friday nights at my high school, it was like the huge football games, street football games, everybody. Tons of soldiers with amazing cars. I've seen Maybachs. This is when the spinning rims were out, like everything.
They were rich?
Yes.
No, they weren't rich. They were paying $1,000 for that car, but that's all they had.
No, I'm saying they don't have to pay for it. They don't pay for their housing because they live on base. They don't pay they don't pay for health insurance. They don't pay for a lot of stuff. So it's like they just pocket a lot of money. And so what do they do? They get nice cars.
I think it got a
Maybach. Calm down, kid.
Nah, man. You already had the big head, and I got to compete with a full-on adult, bro. Go talk to the other girl. There's women in the Army your age.
Nope, your parents should have bought you some shit. They weren't paying no bills and no shit. They ain't had no excuse. You should have had a whip. God damn it. You need to take that up with them. Other than that, hey, you can't hate on these niggas.
I can't hate on them. That's all I have, CP. All I have is hating on them. I can't compete. All I can hate on to do is I pull up with the bike like, "What's up, girl?" Here he comes, and I'm like, "All right, man, go ahead, shoot."
You a nice wife and you got a big ass head. You never know how that's gonna turn out for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no ugly nigga. You call me ugly. You ain't ugly, but you got a lot of face to look at. Somebody got to step back. Somebody got to step back. Let me see how this nigga look for real. Because I'm all up on here. Let me see how this nigga look for real. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, CP, you hit me with one joke that I don't feel like enough people laughed at. You said, Kev, you ain't even balding. Your head is just too much of hair. I said, man, we got to be over there too. Bro, I just rewatched that last week and I was like, bro, that's one of the most creative things ever. If I had a regular head, I'd have a full hairline. It's just so much head that my hair was like, listen, man, I'm not working overtime. Y'all said I got
state line in the middle of that bitch. Your head got state line. Like we don't cross. Oh wait, whoa. That's Tennessee, man. Wait, what's that?
You got borders.
They got little papers out. We are clearly right here. We got 2 acres. We don't know where to go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, that was
strawberry jelly. Strawberry jelly.
Oh wow.
I don't like grape jelly because it doesn't like what? It tastes
Wait a second, Meg. 1 second. Kev, can you retract back and see how we got there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. Okay, let me think about how we got to the Army base. Okay, Kev's head is big. Okay, you called me ugly. You ain't ugly. That's a lot of face to look at. Okay, Army base. What was the thing that got us from jelly to the Army base?
You are kind of ugly, but I'm just not mean.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
That's it, Pat.
Oh, I got the whole thing. Army base was because Meg was Korean and black in Kentucky picking strawberries. Strawberries came from the strawberry jelly.
That's what it was. Strawberries taste better in the artificial form.
Yeah.
We eat city strawberries.
Oh, that's the one I forgot.
Different. Right.
Good job.
Yeah. Dang, that was good work.
How I don't like grape jelly because it tastes purple. Like that's the flavor. It's purple.
What?
Grape jelly?
That's ridiculous. You want
if purple had a flavor, it would taste like grape jelly.
Grape jelly doesn't even taste like grapes at all. It's like the Applejack of fruit. At least strawberry tastes like the strawberry.
No, it doesn't. What?
The artificial flavors are like way colder than the fruit. Like grape is out cold as a candy, as a high chew. I eat grape high chews all the time.
It's not even the best high chew.
That's one of the most. Okay, no, I'm not even gonna. I like the sour apples too. Sour apple don't taste like all the way sour apple. You know what I'm saying?
Like sour apple at all.
Talking about strawberry. Listen, here go the thing. I love strawberry jelly, right? But grape jelly belongs on a peanut butter and jelly. Strawberry jelly belongs on the Egg McMuffin.
I don't even eat grape peanut butter and jelly.
Nope.
I don't eat grape jelly at all.
It doesn't spread the same. If you notice, like grape jelly is jelly. It's the jiggly kind. You gotta like mash it to kind of spread it. But like strawberry, because it does have some real fruit in it, it's like jam, so it spreads a lot easier than grape jelly.
Oh, hit the window.
Also,
y'all niggas shut up.
What are you doing to you?
Man, these birds be out here talking mad shit. They
that was niggas
for no reason. It's a tree outside my window, and it's just so loud. Oh, the kids said they having bird sex.
They probably chirping mad shit. These folks.
Hey, man, it's just mad loud. They've been since quarantine. These birds be hella loud. They're like, "What are y'all talking about?"
Man, my birds outside my house be chirping at 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, bro, it ain't even light yet. Shut up.
Yeah, I've been noticing that too. That's only been since the quarantine that I've noticed these birds chirping at night. That's kind of weird.
I know. I was like, I need a BB gun to shoot it because look, y'all about to wake my baby at 4 a.m. That's not what's gonna happen.
I saw a parrot the other day on my balcony.
A what?
Made me so mad. They see me filming.
Parrot?
A wild parrot. They have them out here in Glendale.
You'd be surprised if you could like tell what birds are. Like there's a group of wild parrots that fly around this neighborhood too. It's really weird.
Green with that red head.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
It's like random, like wild parrots in LA.
And did y'all hear about what happened in the early 70s? Pet shop burned down. Parrots got out, and they survived.
I remember that. There's a dude who lost his parrots in LA too. He had like a whole bunch of parrots that flew away, and I think those are the ones in this neighborhood.
You know, they had that shit playing like, "Hey, tomorrow we flying away. Fuck Gary."
The visual of birds whispering to each other is hilarious. Listen, man, y'all get in here. It's out tomorrow at 4:30 a.m.
Still doing that little flutter thing.
I heard the little song. The sky is the limit, and you know. Listen, we gotta just go. Fuck Gary, man. We can find our own food.
Gary do sound like a nigga with parrots, though.
Gary, where all the birds at? Where's Herbert?
Hey, let me tell you something, though. There is nothing more delicious than a hot, flaky, layered biscuit with grape jelly. Nothing in the world.
Why grape? Why not that same flaky biscuit with strawberry jelly?
That's unnatural. Here's my thing.
What? I just had that.
Hold on, Meg. Hold on.
Make food sound sexually nasty like Rick Ross does.
You guys grew up on grape jelly. Nobody grew up on strawberry jelly. You grew up on grape jelly, and strawberry might have been a jam that you had at parties or something like that. But you grew up on grape, and somewhere along the line, y'all was like, grape ain't good enough. He ain't never done enough for me. Y'all switched to strawberry. Y'all be hot. Y'all different, bro.
I never had grape jelly.
What? Well, Pat, you out here, bro. LA has always been different.
Hey, my kids ain't growing up on grape jelly neither. I won't expose them to that.
I didn't.
Yeah, the jelly out here.
If you grow up in the country, you're more likely to eat like a preserve, which has either like a strawberry preserve or like apricot or like,
orange marmalade, which is the worst.
Yeah, because it's like a jam that you can make. You can't really make grape jelly at home.
Meg, CP is from Detroit. I'm from East St. Louis. Kev always was here. So who are you talking about if you grew up in the national?
I was always here.
I'm talking not in LA, but I'm saying you always were domestic.
Oh, in America.
Yeah. Meg talking about like when you grew up.
You're talking about the country, not the American country. Talking about
not America. I'm talking about in like the farm country land, southern country.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Like what?
The only grape jelly I've ever had was the little Smuckers that be in diners that you gotta use.
Yeah, I grew up on Welch's grape jelly, and it was fantastic. I love it. Now,
did y'all ever have? Oh, go ahead, Taylor.
The Kendall and Farron, they don't like grape jelly. They don't even eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches like at all. And Farron from the hood. Like her daddy polished bullets before he shoot people. She from the hood, and she don't like grape jelly.
Why do people do that?
What, polish bullets?
Yeah,
make it a clean kill.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Nice.
You were joking?
I think he was joking about the clean kill.
I was gonna, that would be weird if somebody was cleaning the bullets. That doesn't matter. Clean the gun, never the bullet. You clean the bullet, you can still leave a print on it. You don't want to leave a print on it because if it's a automatic gun, like the shell pops off, and that's the first thing that they'll.
You gotta wipe them bullets off as you put them in. You can't even put them on with gloves. I mean,
we loaded it with gloves on.
I thought it like don't it like explode?
Ejects. The shell casing houses the round and the gunpowder. So it's like a mini explosion. But the shell casing ejects out of the gun once you fire it. So the next shell can come up. So if you clean bullets or you load it without putting gloves on, then your fingerprint, most likely your thumbprint is on there.
So what are the fragments that they find? Like they say a bullet fragment was in the wall.
No. They find in the fragment. Here go the thing though. Here go the other thing. Your gun makes a special mark on every casing as well, and that's how they register it to you.
That's ballistics.
That's the ballistics. So like it's a way that your gun shoots almost like a fingerprint. What it does is that no other, and that's how they know what gun stuff is coming from.
What? How do they know that?
Dog. So imagine they have to find the casing, not just the bullet. So the bullet go in, they can't pull that out and know. They can know what kind of gun it was. That's the ballistics of it. But they can't know like what specific gun that came from. But when they get that shell casing, the shell casing gets punched by a little pin. On the tip of that pin, it's like very small. I think it's like serial numbers or whatever. They won't tell us exactly what it is because
what you're talking about. All right, so the pin hits the back of the casing, right? That makes explosion. The bullet comes out. The casing gets ejected. What they look at on the grooves is actually on the bullet because the bullet travels through the
barrel.
The barrel is what makes that unique marking on it. So that's actually what they do look at. They look at the bullet because as soon as you fire, like if you go to the range, when you fire, the casing pops out. It never goes to the barrel. Only the bullet travels through the barrel. That's what has the special grooves on it. That's what makes each gun unique, and that's what they looks. And then when they find the gun, they have this test site, and they fire more test shots, and then they check the ballistics on the bullet that they fired against what was in the person or what was in the wall or what they found on the street, and then they find those grooves, and that's how they matched up. But the casing still can have your fingerprint on it, and if they get a 5-point mark on your fingerprints, then they can attach you to that crime.
Which one of us has killed somebody?
This is that St. Louis and Detroit 101.
Well, here's what thing I don't understand, and I know we don't want to stay on this topic, but here's what I understand, CP and Tahir. If the gun is made in a gun factory and all the stuff is machine made, the barrels, they're not made the exact same. How are you creating a different pattern if it's made in a factory?
Yeah, that pattern is attached to the serial number of that gun, and that's how that's tracked. So like I know that when I was in Detroit and I had pistols, I would have to go register them. So I'll go downtown and to the place where you register guns, they got like a little like a box that they shoot your gun into.
What?
And then they have a record. They have a record of you registered. Like I got like the paperwork. Like
so they do it on purpose, so it can be traced.
So then now, right? So because that's the legal way to own a gun is to have it's like putting your fingerprints on file.
Got it. Okay.
Now, when they find that bullet, they don't have to get the gun. They go to the record to see if it's gonna match any of the ones on the file, and if it does, then they come in and get the owner of that gun. Has that gun been reported stolen? Like that's how that goes.
Thank you very much. Obviously, I don't have much experience with guns. I didn't know any of this.
I don't want you around no
guns. One of us has pistol whip somebody.
Like that. Somebody fuck around and shoot you. Like, what? Cam got shot? And you be like, man, they shot that bullet 4 weeks ago. It just found its way to my head. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Wait. Registering guns, bullet casings. Farron comes from a place where her dad polishes bullets. Because she didn't grow up on strawberry jelly.
She doesn't like grape jelly.
Doesn't like grape jelly. Strawberry. Okay, boom.
She's from the hood.
Yeah, she's from the hood.
And y'all used to eat goober grape or goober strawberry, the peanut butter with peanut butter and jelly in the one.
It used to piss me off. You talk about something that's hard to spread.
Oh my gosh, bro! You couldn't get that peanut butter to go on the bread for nothing.
That was a bad idea
to do that.
Ripping the bread back. You start spreading, and that bread be like.
That was probably the best idea executed the worst of my childhood. I saw that. I was like, yes, yes, this is perfect. That first time the bread was like, ooh, it's too hard. We can't stick together, please.
What's more essential though, the peanut butter or the jelly? Like when I make a PB&J, which I'm about to go make in a minute, we've been talking about it.
Low key, I want one too.
Like I had one earlier.
I need like 80% peanut butter, 20% jelly.
No, man.
Color of the bread. Then it's like
you are the reason why the goober idea worked. If you are like me, which is like I probably do like 40% peanut butter, 60% jelly.
I might do 30.
That's what it means.
But I like chunky peanut butter though, so I feel like that's a little bit more. Maybe 35, 65. But too much jelly I don't be liking a lot of jelly because it be too much. I don't like the jelly spilling out everywhere.
Too much jelly, it soaks the bread.
You get a little nip. Go ahead.
Too much jelly soaks the bread and your hands get all sticky. Like
I don't know how to make peanut butter and jelly. You're supposed to put just a thin amount of peanut butter on both breads and you put the jelly in the middle so that it doesn't sog up your bread.
What you talking?
That's the most Asian thing you've ever said.
Peanut butter on both sides.
Your bread will never be soggy or there'll never be too much jelly.
Wait, you said you put peanut butter on both and then you put the jelly on top?
Put just a thin amount instead of putting it all on one bread. Split that in half and spread it on both breads and then put the jelly on top of that on both sides because then you won't make your bread all soggy.
See, listen, I can't trust myself I would that's like asking the crackhead, like you go in there and fix you a ride, make it be reliable. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, what? That nigga gonna smoke the whole buffet. Listen, if I get peanut butter on both sides, that shit gonna look like a burger when I get done with that shit.
I like peanut butter too much. I agree. Sometimes I do 100% peanut butter and no jelly, and I'm just like, well, this is fine.
I can't. Yes. Yo, when I was a kid, my dad used to say, when I say I'm hungry, he'd be like, go in there and make a triple-decker peanut butter sandwich, no jelly. I'd be like, I ain't even hungry no more.
That's pop.
That is not the answer, man.
You will die.
You will die, bro. And that was that government peanut butter that you had to warm up first, bro. You don't stand a chance. He's trying to choke me to death with no crime.
You gotta put that on the stove first and then turn the eye on, let it up a little bit, and then stir it up just so you can be able to spread it.
He tried to say stir, but he said steer. Steer is what you do with a car. He was really close. He's actually gone almost an hour without any mistake.
I was waiting for it.
I was like, yo, you might make it out of here alive, bro. You were so close, bro.
There was a couple fumbles. I was waiting for the announcement. You didn't catch it though.
I'm gonna edit that shit out.
Steer it up.
This is gonna be a flawless victory for your boy at the end.
Yo, I wanted to say this earlier when we were talking about fruits that are the least like they're artificial. Dragon fruit is the worst actual fruit to the sweet version. The dragon fruit mango Welch's juice is premium juice. I had a dragon fruit at some restaurant, that breakfast place in North Hollywood, I think it's called. Bro, dragon fruit ain't sweet at all. It's even worse than a strawberry, bro. It was the worst. I felt lied to.
You didn't have a ripe one. It ain't as sweet as the juice, but it is sweet.
Like dragons only shit them out in the spring, and if you don't get it right then, you get one in mid-August. That's an old. That's dragon, please.
In my mind, that's what dragon fruit is now.
Of course.
It's dragon shit.
All right, bringing it back in. So what do we got? Jelly or a grape? What
I gotta ask you this: do y'all put y'all's peanut butter or your jelly in the fridge?
I put the jelly in the fridge.
Jelly in the fridge, peanut butter in the cabinet.
Yeah, peanut butter in the cabinet.
I think jelly says refrigerate after opening.
Yeah.
And so does peanut butter.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Well, I get the natural kind. It does.
Oh, shut up, Meg. Nobody cares. That was just such a weird flex.
Hold on, go look. I think
that
all
was
of them
an out of the way flex for no reason.
No.
You guys put your peanut butter.
Here, go get your little regular government peanut butter and go look.
I actually make the peanut butter. You can actually pour the almonds in. I actually use almond butter. I don't really use peanuts because they have too many carbs. And almonds have healing properties. And
what does it say, Pat? What does it say?
That was the all natural one too. I saw the brown top.
Yeah, that's the one I got. That Jiffy.
Still Jif though.
Oh yeah, it is still Jif. That ain't
You don't even get Jif or Skippy, Meg?
No, because their natural has sugar in it.
So
yeah.
Shit.
So what do you get, like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or something for real?
No, I'll get it. I'll just get the natural kind. You know that it separates. You'll see the oil.
Yeah.
You got it. That's the natural one. You gotta mix it up, and then you put it in the fridge to freeze it. I mean, to get it a little colder so that the oil don't separate.
Gotcha. You might as well start a peanut farm if you want to eat that.
You don't say that though.
They don't say what?
Refrigerate.
Yeah, because that ain't the right one.
Yeah. This is the one that just can last you forever, I guess.
That's just Jif trying to appear healthy. They're like, bro, this ain't getting nothing but the other stuff.
Still sugar in there. Look at the ingredients. Is there sugar still, Pat?
Sugar?
Absolutely, it is.
There's sugar in ketchup, and if you don't have it in there, it doesn't taste good at all.
It just tastes like tomato.
Total sugars 4 grams.
4 grams ain't bad. Think about it. I can smoke that in a weekend.
Wait, is that?
Wow, but they put it down to a serving size is only 2 tablespoons, and there's 34 servings in here. Why would you have that as a serving?
Bruh, no.
People be eating peanut butter out of the jar.
I do. When I need a quick snack and I don't feel like fixing them, we ain't got no chips or something, I'll eat 2 spoonfuls of peanut butter.
That is gross to me, Pat. Nobody else has access to that peanut butter, do they?
This is my personal.
Peanut butter cookies is the best cookies.
I don't like
CP! They really bring the peanut butter up such a notch.
Peanut butter cookies.
Bro, I mean, they really be killing.
No.
Like Nutter Butters? You don't like Nutter Butters either?
And then peanut butter turned into the Beyonce of this whole snack thing. Peanut butter done been in many multi-platinum things. Reese Pieces.
Cereal.
Oh, they got their whole cereal. Like for real, peanut butter got a dog-ass crib on a mountain. Come out every morning with some sunglasses on. Badass little bit of peanut butter waking up with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's hilarious.
A celebrity. You understand? When the cookies came out, the cookies went platinum the first week. Because look, they had the slaves making them. White people were like, God, hey, what? Wait a minute. These, you know what I'm saying? Because George Washington Carver had to, trust me, bro. Peanut butter is the most important thing in your cupboard.
CP might be a creative genius. Outside of being funny, his mind.
No, there's no might.
Peanut butter having a mansion is hilarious.
Peanut butter absolutely has a mansion. He been having hit records since doggone doo-wop. He been out here. Peanut butter ain't never had a bad summer ever.
But I don't even picture a jar. I just picture like loose peanut butter walking around, rich.
Look at Mr. Plant. Mr. Planter has the glass, the monocle, the top hat. That ain't a broke. You ain't never seen a broke person with a monocle on. There's only rich people who has monocle.
What are you doing?
I feel like peanut butter is like 50 Cent damn near. Like when everybody's kind of scared of peanut butter in like the celebrity world of condiments. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
pull up. Hey, tell him peanut butter outside before I choke his
That's hilarious.
Listen to the monocles. Mr. Planter, the Monopoly guy, the DuckTales grandfather. They all had the monocle. They were all rich. Everybody with the monocle is super rich.
Wait, the Monopoly Man was part of the whole that whole thing. What was it called? The Mandela effect. He never had a monocle, but hella people remember him having a monocle.
What?
Yeah, that was one of the Mandela effect things.
I don't remember him having a monocle.
My only
Does he have a top hat?
Yo, can I tell y'all a dope ass? Okay, wait. First of all,
no, Pat. I'm looking at him with the monocle.
With the Monopoly Man.
Yes.
No, he never had one.
I'm gonna text you this picture, bro.
Hold on, before you do that.
Jelly, guys.
Oh no, this is an article about him not having a monocle.
Going with.
Okay, I'm going with strawberry up in this piece.
I didn't know his name was Rich Uncle Pennybags. I would call him
bring it back.
Pat, what you going with? Strawberry or grape?
Strawberry.
Ugh. CP?
Man, look. I really, really love grape jelly. I like grape jelly a lot.
Don't you bail on me. Don't you bail on me, motherfucker.
This is like, come on, man. Strawberry
Don't you do it.
preserves. It be real strawberries in it. You get across the bread, across a croissant, but it's like grape jelly is like your grandma. And I know at some point, niggas' grandmas be looking like James Brown at church. And you know it. And everybody know it. But you just gotta love her anyway.
Yes.
I know my grandma got a weird face because it's old face, but the jet black wig make her look like she about to get on the good foot. But I love her. Fuck it. I'm going with grape jelly.
That's my dog.
Yo, you know what's funny about that, CP? My great grandma, I love her to death. She had a 5 o'clock shadow for the last 15 years of her life. We were like, Grandma, you can't be bringing us in for the hug with the shadow. You are prickly. You got to do something about the beard. You look like Idris Elba. What are you?
Give your Uncle Grandma a hug.
Hey, old women with a thick mustache they'll kill you. They don't give a fuck.
Oh, Pat, it wasn't just the mustache. She had the beard too. She looked like she was.
The older women be growing it. My
grandma, prickly city.
Every
was like hugging a Brillo pad. We were like, Grandma Jack, you got to do something about the beard. People have been talking about it. The kids are scared to give you a hug. They say your face is sharp.
I can't tell her. Tiebreaker.
No, we didn't tell her, Pat. We're terrified of her. Strawberry jelly, boy. You know what it is. You know what TF going on. Big straw everywhere.
All right. Well, looks like the strawberries have it on that one, man. We're going to get on to this last and final topic. Last but not least, domestic vacays versus international vacays.
Well, Meg, you've been all around the world as Carmen Nigriego. Tell us what you appreciate.
Nigriego?
Wow.
You forced it, but it worked somehow.
I just threw it out there.
Wait, before I even say that, has everybody been out the country before here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's a big difference. I feel like when you're in the U.S., it's like, it's probably a little bit cheaper. So you go with your more broke friends, your friends who don't have, they don't have their stuff together because they don't have passports. So you gotta like go to Miami or somewhere close.
That's a big point, though.
You're elitist, Meg.
No, I'm saying no.
You, Kevin.
You're fat, so no beach.
Oh, listen, CP. I don't care. If I paid my money, you gonna see this body, and you just gonna have to deal with it. It ain't a private beach. This is what I look like. I'm not finna hide nothing.
And at the new beaches, it be the most bad body people. So
when we were in Spain, people were nude. That should not. It's just old people like, yo, fam, I get it, but no, not you. Nobody young.
A lot of out of shape old men with thongs on. We was just like, y'all just out here.
And they try to pull that card like, oh, you're not comfortable? No. I'm not. This is horrifying.
Not comfortable at all. You disgust me.
Man, I'm gonna have one of them frog asses. You know how you got a long ass legs with a little ass like this, and then your back this big.
Like a diamond legs.
Like, oh man.
How do you get like that?
Like back balls.
That shows that fat is an asshole because it just be going to the wrong places on some people.
Yes.
Yo, you know what? Fat. Somebody brought up a good point. We like fat if it is in the right places. If a woman has fat in her butt, in her thighs, in her breast, we like it. If it's stomach and arms, we don't like it. We like you to be fat.
I don't have no problem with the whole the lipo BBL where they suck the fat out and they put in a different part. Look.
Listen, you were already fat.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
You don't want your foot jiggling like titty meat. You don't want nothing to fall down your thigh into your leg, and now your foot just like boo. And you're like, damn, that foot juicy in a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel me? Like
how did that thought go in your mind, bro? Like that's what I'm very curious about. How did that thought go so clearly in your mind?
Let me tell you how. Immediately, because I'm a backtrack like how y'all did. So Meg said that she's cool with the surgery where people get their fat transferred, right? Well, that means that you pulling fat off the meat, off the bone, trying to put it somewhere else. I don't imagine it being able to stick to the bone. And it could literally fall down your leg, or you're trying to make your thighs or your ass, it could fall down your ass into your leg like you got some jeans on. And I can imagine that titty meat resting in the top of your foot. Now you got a big ass baby loaf of bread foot walking around. And you got to explain it to everybody why you got a blueberry muffin loaf on your feet coming out the top of your pumps and shit. Like, you got to explain that to everybody. Why your
y'all ever had like a hole in your
You got pretty meat on your foot.
That breakdown was so much better than the original joke.
Right.
Oh my gosh. We weren't even privy to how, you know how funny things are in CP's head? He's only saying the word version of it. He's already visualized the funniest version that we don't even get to see.
And now, since you got so much pride, now you on Shark Tank trying to convince other women that it's a good idea. So my new surgery called shoe booty. And what it is you think Air Max is comfortable. Try this out where your foot all the time is on a bubble of titty meat. And you talk about Air Max. I'm sorry.
You're going to be having women twerking with their feet like, make it clap.
Sending feet videos instead of pics.
My only feet page is demon time on my only feet.
Oh my God.
Only feet.
I was saying about international vacation, man. International vacations are great if English is the first language or one of the prominent.
Get him, Kev.
I agree.
No.
Oh, everybody was waiting for it.
Come on, Kev. You got to be faster than that.
Man, let me tell you what. You will find me. I'm international light. I want to take the cruise. I want to stay.
Don't get it.
I want to be in the.
You so slow. He fumbled. It was such an easy fumble.
Oh my bad.
You didn't get. You were like, no, I agree with him.
Too late,
guys. Anybody can do it. I didn't hear it. Didn't hear it.
So I like traveling to countries where English is the first language, or at least the second language, or I'm traveling with somebody that can speak the native language, because it's so much easier there when you do that. Because like people are like, just use Google Translate. Now you're walking around, they're like, say it again into my phone and trying to figure out what they say, and you got to say it into your phone, like say this to her. It's too much, man. So unless you got somebody that speaks the language there, like where were we at when we had Sabrina, Barcelona? We had Sabrina and Josh with us in Barcelona, and that made it.
No, Tammy. Sabrina didn't come. My brother's wife.
I'm sorry, Tammy and but Josh was with us in Barcelona too. Josh was like helping out with that and made it look easier. But like other than that, man, like because everybody didn't speak English in Barcelona, so it was a little difficult to like navigate through. So that's the only thing.
I feel like that's a real American thing to do, to say like, I want to go to your country, but only if you speak the language that I'm used to. Like, bro, we be mad at people for not speaking English in America and not in their country too. Like, nah, bro, this is Japan. They speak Japanese. But no, let's speak English too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want them to get mad at me, so I'd rather have somebody with me that can actually speak the language so they won't get mad. Like, oh, stupid Americans. Like in Paris, I don't never have to go back to Paris again, man. I do not like it. They are very, very, very racist. And it ain't just racist toward black people. They are racist toward anybody that's not a full-blood Parisian. Like, they don't like you at all.
How can you say Parisian, but you can't say stir?
Or aisle.
Parisian is such a much more difficult word than stir.
I also did not know that they were called Parisians.
Yeah, Parisian is one of the best nicknames for people, and LA has the worst. Angelinos sucks as
official?
Oh yes, Angelinos this, Angelinos that. That sounds like I hate it. I just hate Angelinos. What are people from Detroit called? CP?
Survivors.
Oh, that's funny.
I was trying to say it like that, but I like to hear. Thank you to hear. I like how Kevin and Meg is laughing. Y'all grew up on the fucking Arabics from The Walking Dead. Talk about people at the gates with a couple of K's, and then Rick would come out there with Carl, and then it was very normal for us, you know. So anyway, people think that they're ready to even meet aliens until they come down and we like, what'd he say? What? And they're like, and we like, get the fuck out of here, this bullshit, this dumbass alien. Listen, man.
I don't know what that connected to. You had to backtrack to that statement right there. I would be like, I quit. I don't know what.
All right, I should have just let you and Kev go, looking like a Murphy Lee and GLC versus battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, listen. I choose domestic vacations because I like the language that I can speak, knowing it's across the board. I like the fact that when I see something, the money that it costs is the money that it costs. It ain't like translate to, you know, what's like you go to Mexico and they be like, to milk be like 2,000 pesos. Like, why y'all incrementing y'all shit like that? Why would y'all do that? Like that sound like that hit me like a fucking like a car note or some shit. Like we talking about $2,000 for it's like because y'all have we got the dollar, y'all got the peso. You mean to tell me that y'all took it down to y'all penny and start calling that what y'all want to call shit? Like I think that's the dumbest shit in the world, and I think that I like to stay right here where I can go to Miami or go to Seattle or some shit like that, or go see the mountains. We got shit here. You can go to Alaska, you can go to Hawaii, we got Puerto Rico, fuck everywhere else. And my
I think that is one thing about the U.S. is that because we
not like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, fuck them.
Go ahead, Meg.
No, I was saying, like, that is the one good thing about staying in the U.S. is that there is every type of vacation here in this one country. You know what I mean? Just because we've colonized and taken over lands that we shouldn't have taken over. So we reap those benefits. But I will say, I've been on a lot of vacations, and I will tell you the best ones I've had have been overseas, okay? Mm-hmm. And it's because there's a whole different experience that you don't get in the U.S. Like, I went to Abu Dhabi. I went to Dubai. It was like, I wanted to move there. I was like, yo, this is amazing. People live like this.
I heard that they don't let women jiggle over there. You better keep it tight over there. You can't even...
Did you get flew out to Dubai? Dubai is where Instagram models be going. Like it's.
Oh, no, I flew myself out because we got a glitch fare for $187 round trip from JFK. So we flew ourselves out. Yes.
187 to Dubai.
$187 round trip from New York.
Oh, you gotta take it.
She also had to be the stewardess on the flight. There wasn't no relaxing. These people need cheeses and water, goddamn.
They came to her while she's sitting there. See get your ass up and get these people.
That wasn't a glitch fare. That was for the flight attendants. That was their fare. Like, nah, you gotta sit in the seat facing the people.
She had 6 months of training for that discount. She had to go to school and everything.
You may now board if you pay $185. You get on there, they like, so this how you do seatbelts.
First thing they do is hand you a uniform. Yeah, go in the bathroom and put that on, and you working.
Y'all want to fly this bitch.
That's a good ass price though. I definitely would have did that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, and it was a glitch fair that happened one Christmas morning. My homegirl called me. She was like, "We going on this day. I don't know what you got planned, but go get your ticket." And we did that, and it was probably the best trip of my life. It was just 3 girls, 3 brown girls, 3 black girls that just went from the U.S. over to Abu Dhabi. We stayed there for a day. We did Dubai for like 2 or 3 days, and like, I mean, just the experiences. They have stuff over there we don't have. They do things that we don't do, and so it was just interesting to see a different perspective and to experience what life is like in a whole different country. Like, I have never in my life set my purse down and walked away from it and felt comfortable. But in that country, because they don't play when it comes to stealing, like they will literally cut your hand off. So it ain't no stealing over there. Like, people was leaving purses left and right. I was like,
that's happening now?
Yes, in Dubai.
Yo, in Dubai or Egypt maybe, or United Arab Emirates, if you are in debt, you go to prison.
Yeah.
They don't play that. I saw an article about this white lady. They moved over there. Her husband went in debt, and they put him in prison. She was stuck over there. She didn't have enough money to fly, and they banned her visa, so she was just stuck. It was crazy.
Damn.
What? You know, people be in prison if we had to go to prison for debt in America. Everybody be in debt.
Every graduating college student would be in prison. Right
straight, now. Congratulations, straight to prison.
Hey, prison to be fun in the motherfucker. Oh, we all in this bed.
That's what I thought about hell, but I was like, man, it's gonna be hot.
Say what?
Hell wouldn't be as scary of a concept if it was like, yo, it's super cold there. People would be like, well, you know, I don't mind being cold. Hot,
that was cold.
Hot. But if hell was like, yo, it's gonna be real cold, like the iciest ice, it's gonna be so cold, you'd be like,
we'll huddle together. We'll be okay.
But too hot, you're like, bro, I can't do it too hot, man. Fire is hot. It's a whole thing. I'm gonna love
Imagine hell this whole time. You think like there's fire everywhere, but imagine it was just a really stuffy apartment. That's what everybody was talking about in the Bible. It's just like you get there, it's like
and you can't get out. You're like,
no.
You know what hell is? Florida in the summer. That doggone humidity in Florida. I'm like, bro, I can't breathe. It's hot outside. It's thick.
I hate it.
What if it's a studio apartment with no windows and nothing but stools? So you got nothing to rest your back on. And the only thing on TV is like
is like that old dude painting? What's his name? Like on PBS, all he did was do paintings.
Bob Ross.
Yeah. He's over here and hit
what if they had a live feed to heaven and everybody's enjoying themselves and you just gotta watch everybody?
Oh, that's torture.
Okay, wait. You know how I envision hell, right? Because you know, like you go to Vegas after 3 days, you want to go home, right? So imagine if like you get there and the devil is like, "Welcome," right? That's how he is. Like he's like a little gay dude. And so he's like taking you around and partying, and y'all party 3 days straight. And like halfway into the second day, you realize, damn, I ain't had no water. And you're like, water, and then ain't no water. So now, after the third day, he about to drop you off at home. He drop you off at home. You walk into your apartment. You fall on the floor tired. The phone ring. He like, get dressed, bitch. We going back out. And then that's your whole existence. Forever.
CP, this is how crazy minds work. I do this joke on stage saying that hell is like a club and they keep playing your favorite song, but you don't realize it. So every time they start it over, you start dancing again, right? Going hard. Then you be like, man, I'm getting thirsty. And you see the chick walk by, but you can never get her attention to get you a glass of water. And you just dancing and hot for the rest of your life to your favorite song.
I don't like your dancing.
I like dancing. That was shit. Stop dancing and go tap the bit. You over here like
you can't. That's your song.
This is to hear.
Hell is having to do the chicken head forever. That's what you're telling me.
Can you imagine getting there? You see your ancestors like, nigga, it's been 5,000 years. This is what it is. This is how.
But because the chicken head only goes to certain songs, you're gonna look dumb doing it to different music. You can't do that to Laffy Taffy.
Every generation.
Laffy Taffy. That Chico's kid.
Every generation dance. So there's people in there that's doing a twist. They've been doing a twist for 200 years. This is all they've been doing.
But look. What if the dancing don't start till you start? So they trying to warn, don't you do this, boy. Don't you do it. If everybody gigging real good, you like, don't you start. They just like, here, please. You like, I can't help it. That's how you know you just looped in. Like,
man, you know what would be, listen, if you had to eternally do the wobble, because after a while, the wobble's like, all right, bro, I'm tired of doing this. And it's way before the song ends. Like, the beginning of the wobble is like, hey, yeah, wobble. But after 2 minutes, you're like, I don't want to wobble no more. But you got to do that for the rest of your life?
That or the electric slide. Like every 7 minutes you hear bump, 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 bump. Whoa, whoa. Oh, man.
What if you do stuff to death in hell and then wake up every time? Like you literally die. You like, right? You tell your ass up. Whoa, whoa.
Yo, when I went to Essence Fest, they made me almost hate that song. Everybody was playing that on the airplane flight into the whoa. Everywhere I woke up, I was like, Frankie Beverly is everywhere. I can't sing this song.
Their own movie in their head. That was their soundtrack as the wheels hit the whoa, whoa. You ready to have a good time, ladies? Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and then you go to places that you don't expect, like, welcome to McDonald's, what can I get you? Can I get number 5? Sure. Whoa, whoa, no! And then one of number 5.
You go to the bathroom, right? And you go to the urinal, and you look over, and Frankie Beverly at the urinal, and he look at you, and it's just very quiet. And you like, don't you do it. And he like, whoa, whoa. You didn't even wash your hands. You just run the fuck out of there like, ah!
All right, Pat, let's get your take on the international versus domestic.
For me, I feel like international vacations are always a better experience, but everything that comes with that just makes it it's just more of a hassle. Like between the flight being longer and more expensive, like you said, the language barriers, getting lost out there is very different than getting lost out here. Mm-hmm. It's just stressful being in a completely new place, even though the experience is better. Whereas, like Meg said, you can pretty much do anything in America, and it's still like cheaper. It's not. I hate long flights, so I'm gonna say domestic.
Yeah, I will say that, you know what? Even though we were in Amsterdam for like what, 4 days, Cal?
Yeah.
Amsterdam for some reason was super chill. Like I didn't get that same angst that I got in other places like Barcelona. Like
probably high.
Everybody was high.
Well, you know what? I will say this is because
right. Everyone's high.
Everybody speaks English too in Amsterdam. They still speak English, so maybe that was what released some of that anxiety. Because like Amsterdam was super chill, bro. It was super duper chill. I really enjoyed myself there more than I have in like other countries. So,
what about you, Kev?
I like international more. I kind of like I like traveling and tasting food that's native to that place and how much different America does to that. Like sushi in Japan versus sushi in America. I was like, bro, we ain't even nowhere near what they be making. Like the Americanized version of stuff. They don't even be having the sushi on the menus, you know, stuff that we have.
Yeah.
In Spain, bro, sangria in Spain was like, bro, it's just like they're the best at certain things. And, you know, just tasting that stuff that they're really good at is great. Even in London, seeing somebody drive on the opposite side of the road, that was crazy. Seeing how old the rest of the world is in comparison to America. Like you go to Europe and Italy, like not only are the people old, but the buildings, when you go on like tours, this stuff is like these kings in France. Like we went to the Palace of Versailles when we went to Paris. Bro, that junk is America's history is really young compared to Europe's history. So I like to see old buildings and architecture and museums and the food. The language barrier is there, especially in Japan. Like when you get lost, you get a taxi driver that doesn't speak English at all. It's like a little bit like, dang, bro, are you taking me to the right place? You feel kind of stupid, like Tokyo, Marriott, Tokyo. You know, I feel stupid saying stuff like that. But then they had like freaking anime buildings that were all anime that we went to. And we went to the Gundam Cafe and stuff. Like it was some dope stuff, like the ramen factory. We went to the Cup of Noodles factory in Japan. That was one of the best things we did. We made our own cup of noodles. We never ate it though.
Why not?
I don't know. It was just kind of, it was just like beef.
It's just like you just have it as a souvenir?
It was more like a souvenir. And then when we moved, Melissa just threw it away. So I definitely would say international for me, because I still want to go to Australia and
You want to go to Australia?
Oh yeah, I want to go to Australia, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore. Those are the places on my list. Because like having afternoon tea in London, I was like, bro, I see why y'all think y'all better than everybody. You guys just do this at 2:00 for like 3 hours, and there's no way you don't think you're better than everybody in the world. You got tiny sandwiches and little chocolate pastries.
Everybody in
and you know what? When I was in the Middle East, hookah over there is a totally different experience. They do hookah everywhere. Okay, every restaurant got some hookah, and the shisha they use, I swear to you, will get you high for like 3 minutes increments.
Heck, you was out there high in Dubai?
For 3 minutes, I surely was.
Have anybody ever been to any countries in Africa?
That's where I gotta go.
I haven't been. I be feeling bad about that too. Like,
you should go.
Somebody was like, Kev, you took your family to Europe before you went to the motherland. And I was just like,
is that a complaint?
Oh, yeah. Really? I got that a couple of times.
I think, you know why? I think as Americans, we have a very negative view of what Africa looks like and how it is. but it's not what we have been conditioned to think. Like, it's not all like village people, bush, like there are some ridiculously beautiful spots in Africa. So it's on my bucket list, especially South Africa and Nigeria.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Nigeria, and I hit up one of my homegirls who travels the world. And I was like, yo, I want to bring my family to Nigeria. You know, I feel like I've never, you know, or Kenya. And my homegirl was like, oh, no, don't bring the kids here. And I was like, what? She was like, it ain't safe. You could get robbed. And I was like, bruh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could definitely get robbed in Europe. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the reason we didn't go. Africa or Nigeria, it's like 26-hour flight. That's a long time for kids.
Damn.
So, but I still want to go because I feel like, I don't know. I just want to go, even like Morocco and Egypt, even other countries. You know, I want to visit all types. So I definitely would say international for me. I just kind of like to experience culture. However, New Orleans is one of my favorite places to vacation in the history of the world. I mean, New Orleans has food, flavor, accents, I mean, it is just everything. So great. Like, it's such a great American city. It is low-key one of my favorite places to vacation in the world. Even
low-key feels like overseas too because of all the French architecture.
It's so great there, bro. Like, New Orleans is not like anything else. Like, in Japan, the Times Square, it's called the Shibuya Crossing. It's just like Times Square, but it's like 100 times bigger. But you get the same feel. There's nothing like New Orleans in the rest of America.
Anywhere in the world.
Yep. Yep, and some of the best chicken I ever had was that Manchu chicken in the hood in New Orleans. Amazing.
New Orleans ever.
Oh, you have to go.
You ain't been?
Never been, bro.
CP, you gotta go, bro.
We're going. Guys trip.
Right.
New Orleans.
All right, bet. Let's do it.
We went to New Orleans and to here. Here, we was on Bourbon Street going to karaoke, and Tahir had some bad food. He was like, yeah, I'm going to catch y'all, man. It's something didn't agree with me. I'm going to be back to the hotel. Tahir was like, good night. We're like, it's 8:30. I said good night. I'm going back.
All I could think was like, bro, I'm not finna go to any of these bathrooms in here. The bathrooms in the French quarters, fam.
They are disgusting. No, people are using the French Quarter like the street as.
Oh, in London, they had urinals outside. People were peeing out in urinals, like outside of a bar. You would have 4 urinals, and dudes would just go in there and pee, and then just walk
there's
away.
Like no covering, like people.
No, Meg, like regular urinals out.
And they didn't wash their hands.
They had they had hand washing stations, but these people weren't washing their hands. It was insane, bro.
Wow.
I ain't never seen it.
Let's bring it to a vote. That's the only way to do it. Kev?
International for me.
Meg?
International, my boy.
Pat?
Domestic.
CP?
Domestic.
International.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything that Pat said he had about, aside from the language barriers, everything else I like the long flights. I get to catch up on movies, get to catch up on sleep, and I know I'm about to have an adventure.
I don't like the long flights. I
don't mind the long flights as long as I got good movies on there. But it also prepares me for like an adventure. Like I know I'm about to do this on this plane on this long flight. So I would have to go international as well.
Kevin, you don't like long flights, but y'all be laid out in the bed in the little cabins in the first class, super first class, VIP first class.
That was the first time I ever got to do that. We went to Japan. It wasn't always like that.
How long was that flight?
11 hours. Or 6
It's got to be. I mean, if you could lay down, it's a different.
Listen.
Yeah.
I have flexed a lot in my life, but flying first class international. You be like, oh, we're landing already? Huh, well, it was such a good time.
Yeah.
They made you an ice cream sundae in the aisle, bro. I ain't never even seen that.
That's crazy.
What airline?
Ice cream?
That was Delta. I flew Delta One. Me, my wife, and my kids flew Delta One. And Josh, too. I didn't put him in first class. I was like, bro, he ain't got it like that. But I had saved all my miles for 2 years of touring to go Delta One to Tokyo, there and back. And when I tell you it was worth it, bro, they fed you steak like hibachi style, a fresh smoothie. If you drink alcohol, all the alcohol you can drink. I mean, it's the bed.
That's why they have that curtain there. Because if you were in like coach and you saw a nigga making a sundae, I would be like, what? Is that what's happening? I thought you guys just got extra drinks or something.
Bro, we ain't even eating the food you eating. It was a different thing. That's the thing I'm the saddest about Corona. I was trying to take my kids to Australia this year. We was gonna go on a cruise. I don't think I'm gonna go on a cruise ever again. I'm gonna be shocked. I'm not shocked, scared away. Because when that cruise ship came back with Corona, they were stuck on there for like 6 weeks. They were only in one ship because they were quarantined the whole ship. Because when somebody is sick on a ship, the whole ship could be sick.
Everyone wanted to die. On a cruise after 5 days, don't nobody want to be on that ship. Okay.
No, 5 days is the max.
5 days is the max, and even on a 5-day cruise, you need 2-3 days to like get back into your normal groove before you go to work. Like, cause it's weird, bro.
It is, and that one thing about international that I will say is a humongous negative is fighting jet lag there and coming back home. Waking up at 2:00 in the morning. When you get back, or getting there and feeling exhausted and the sun's coming up, and you're like, bro, I can't stay up. Like that. So we were in Amsterdam. We lost like a day and a half trying to get adjusted to the time. We all went and walked around at like 3:00 in the morning, and it's not like America. There was nothing to eat. We were starving. There's no room service. There's no restaurants open. There's nothing but drugs for sale, at least in Amsterdam. And it was a lot. Huh?
And butt.
Oh, butt. You can buy butt. You can't get a pancake, but you can buy butt.
They in the glass window, they in the glass door, and they just like,
Bruh, that was a shocking thing. I was walking with my wife, and the woman didn't care. She was like, you, come here. I was like, me, this hurts. She's me. I cannot do. I must be with this one. I cannot
They were trying couples too?
Yeah. She was like, can I take both of you?
Come on. Bring them.
I was like, how much? Not how much for other people. Come on, in the name of Jesus. Are you crazy? That's crazy for something that is so criminalized in America to be. It was literally like a fried place, but then a jewelry store. Like it was like it's not.
They be behind windows like mannequins.
Behind windows.
And they're behind the door, and the door has a glass window on the door, so they just stand there, and it's just like once you hit the red light district though, it's like. Door. It's like this whole houses of them. But like that's literally just their office for the day because they have to pay a certain amount to get in. I found out all the information. They pay a certain amount by a certain time of the day or it's all sold out. And then you have to go to another part of town that's not as popular. So
they pay for those spots?
It's like booth rent at a barbershop. It's like booth rent. It's butt rent.
The craziest part about that is that if you are a trash hooker, you will know the first day because you be seeing all these people coming and you just like walking by you like
broke even today.
That's gotta hurt. Like that's like window shopping. Like you looking in like I don't really want Chinese food today. Bro, this is my body.
It's literally like being in the cereal aisle and like I had crunch berries last week.
And the crunch berries are like, come on.
But it's hoops, all berries.
Hey, but you know what?
The crunch berries. Oh, man. You know how freaking terrifying it'd be if the cereal was telling you to pick me? Come on, Raisin Bran Crunch again. Try Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, no, man, I know what I like. I want
all the food in the grocery store is trying to fuck you.
Like, I got kids. I got all kinds of chocolate Cheerios. Come on now. But look. That's why it's like less like sexual taboo-ness in other countries. I feel like they over it. Like they getting some, even if they got to buy it, they're getting some and it's through.
Here's the thing.
Like, these countries are much older. They've already had the phase that we're in.
Oh, that's another thing too, Meg. There were some older women in there who was out there. I'm talking about raking up the money. It was some 45, 50-year-olds over there like, yeah, I've been on this corner a long time. I done did everything. You come on in like, bro, you would think they're all young. They're not.
When you normalize the things that are forbidden, it lowers the crime rate. Like they can sell just about any drug over there, but they like can't grow weed over there. So like the weed they get is from somewhere else and it's trash. That's why a lot of people don't like. I don't even smoke weed, and I tried to hit a joint over there, and I was like, I felt nothing.
The weed is bad over there?
That shit was trash. That shit was trash.
Pat, you can buy toothpaste and cocaine at the same gift store. It's insane.
Wait,
cocaine, ecstasy. Like, you know, you have like a gift shop at a hotel, or you have like those little ABC stores, you forget your deodorant and stuff like that. They have that, but they also sell cocaine, heroin, ecstasy pills, all in that same thing. So you
and
can
it's
buy
government. It's supplied by the government, or
if you didn't know, you wouldn't even know that's a drug. It's like buying cigarettes. Like, it's basically like that. Like,
how does cocaine come in? What's the packaging?
It's like a little pack of white. They had like little packs in the window.
It's like drug dealers. It's not like a
no. It's not even drug. Well, you also have drug dealers too. Like, when we were coming back late night, they were selling laughing gas. There was like balloons. They're like, you want a balloon? I was like, why are y'all selling balloons? And Tahir was like, bro, that's laughing gas. I was like, oh, I thought they just thought we had a party.
They had the tank out there. He would fill the balloon while you wait and then give it to you. You give him like $5 for it, and you just walk around.
That's insane.
Bro, it was like Sodom and Gomorrah out there.
Bro, I met some people, and I went to a live sex show. Like, a real live sex show on stage and everything. It was wild as hell.
Well,
I went to another show and people pulled me on stage, and this dude comes out. Like, it was a chick who was dancing on stage, and then she pulled me and some other people on stage, and we have like a dance contest and all that type of stuff. Then all of a sudden, this person in a full-on gorilla suit comes out with a dildo on and like chases us off the stage.
That's not happening in Kansas City. Let me tell you what.
The weird part about that story was Tahir was the talent. This nigga didn't even experience that. He was in it.
What was the gorilla gonna do if he caught you?
I wasn't gonna find out.
Give you that gorilla glue.
Oh, Patrick. That just
Donkey Kong punch.
What you were saying. Oh, snap. Also, in Rome, Roman tomatoes in Rome and the cheese in Italy was the best thing I ever had. Nothing I've never tasted has been like that. I remember we went to a restaurant in Rome, me and Melissa, and she was like, what kind of wine would you like? We were like, Moscato. And she was like, no, we're not serving you that. Matter of fact, we'll just bring you our own wine. And she walked away grumbling like, stupid Americans. I was like, what? Another group of Americans were like, listen, that's a dessert wine. They really take offense to you not knowing about wines if you are over here. Like, they serve wine with breakfast. Like, Prosecco is served just next to the orange juice. Kids around there, like, kids was drinking wine in Italy. It's not like a thing. Like, it's part of dinner. So they don't make it like, oh, they don't drink to get drunk over there like that. It's just like, this is part of the food experience.
I understand them getting upset, but how big of a douchebag do you have to be like, oh, you don't know about wines in our country? Whatever. I'll be like, imagine getting really upset over that. Like, that's ridiculous. It's like, okay, you don't have Moscato. Fuck you.
But she did have it. She just wasn't one of serving. That's a dessert wine, not a. And it was kind of super condescending. That's what made me feel worse. She would have punked me out. I felt better. She was like, oh, that's a dessert wine. You know what? I'll just bring you back something. She didn't even ask.
It's like, no, bring me the dessert. I get it.
Yeah,
what kind of wine is it? Bring it.
Let's talk about that. You're a waitress. I'm vacationing at your job. I'm asking you my fucking Moscato before I embarrass you in here. But,
that's ridiculous. That's like if I said I want an orange soda and they're like, oh, that's orange juice. Great, bring it, bitch. Don't be an asshole.
Pat really took offense to this.
Yeah,
that's kind of a dessert wine. Well, I'll just bring you the wine that I think you should have. Like, no.
Did y'all like the wine, Kev, that she brought?
Absolutely, it was amazing.
Oh, that would have been a whole other thing.
She just made me feel stupid. Bro, I don't know that much about wine. I ain't been drinking that long. I don't know which wines are supposed to be drank when. That's why I'm over here.
All right. Well, listen, looks like the Internationals took that one. That has been another episode of Versus SquADcast. Thank everybody for pulling up. Young Meg, Scoop, CP, Pat Cloud, and of course, Kev on stage. Thank you guys so much for continuing to send your suggestions to my.
It looks like he was trying to say continuing, but he just said continue. Man, he's actually had a great episode. Looked like the refs missed a couple that he got away with. We'll be a little bit better on top of it next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. To hear more, wording is hard.
In real life. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Hey.